Hello, and welcome to Steampunk Abyss, Devlog number 12. I got a couple announcements I want to start with. So, from now on, we're going to change up how we're doing these devlogs since we're now in beta. We're going to be changing it so every month I'll be doing one about the game, and the other three, I'll still be doing them weekly, but the other three will be more about general principles of game design, more focused on a lot of devlogs kind of to help out other devs, that kind of thing. So I'll be starting that. Occasionally a tutorial too on something that maybe is more technical that Steampunk Abyss has done that I feel that other people would be helped by. So this update, it's not as big as I wanted. I got a bit sick this week, so I didn't get as much work done as I'd hoped. But we finished off the menus. I know it's been like 3 weeks, but we finally have the kind of finished aesthetic that we're going for. I might lighten the background a little bit, that kind of thing. But it's basically finished. So we're gonna stop focusing on these for now. Now that it's all working, still got a couple placeholders. We have over 100 weapons, so there's a lot of placeholders still for these. Fix this so that it's now integrated as part of the menu. Fixed a stretching error that was my fault. Our artist Bahatoth, he does an amazing job. Shout out to him. I honestly really appreciate the work he's done. The game would be nowhere near where it is. Looks like I still got one or two minor things with, like here, I gotta stretch these a little bit. But that's not a problem. I'll fix that later today. This build will be up tomorrow on Monday. For me, anyways, it's Monday. Depending on what time zone you're in. I fixed some glitches in the Abyss. For example, the problem with the snakes causing the game to crash. I got that fixed, I think. I haven't had it happen since I fixed. So I think the fix is working. We'll see. I added a bunch of new mods. Now, none of them work fully yet, but that's because right now they're mostly status. So I added about 20 mods to the game, and I made the loot drop rates a lot more generous. Now it's 4 times as likely to get a mod, and about 6 times as likely you'll get a blueprint from enemies. Now, it's still low on the blueprints. I'm not sure. I think I'm probably going to make it even more common than it is, because right now I think it's like 1 in 100 enemies or something, which I feel is still too low. I want the loot to be more common, but for now I'm keeping off on the reason I'm waiting on that is I want to get the leveling progression fully mapped out to level 50. Um, because that will affect what kind of loot you can get. So it's not that you couldn't. I might make it so you can't. I don't know. I kind of want them to delay the ancient tier weapons until you're farther in the game. See, this is one of the new mods. The new ones don't have texts assigned to them yet. So if you see those, it probably won't do anything. Most of them are status effects, as I said. I'm rebuilding that system. We had it in previously, but it was very, very bad. Basically, enemies couldn't have more than one status, and I don't want that. I want enemies to be able to have as many status effects as you can get on them. So I'm working on fixing that. That's the reasons those don't work yet. There's one that makes your thing act like a shotgun, and based on rarity, it can shoot up to 6 pellets. So that one's fun. Let's see. That's most of the major changes. Most of what this devlog is going to be about is what's happening now that we're in beta. So this will all still be playable. I'm planning on still doing weekly builds as much as possible. And right now we're gonna focus on content just because it's the mod system and status system are kind of background systems that I'm rebuilding. You'll see those update as you play. The other major focus, we have a huge first impressions issue. Because the hub is basically a debugging area right now. It looks really bad. It has no design in it, and we haven't really chosen an aesthetic for the hub. I've been laying out my plans for the layout on paper. So I've got a sketchbook. I've been sketching a bunch of different ideas. I want to keep it as efficient as possible, so most of the main things like the museum and the inventory manager and there's a new mod. The blueprint, decoder. Those will all be in a main kind of hub, like not hub, market type area. The store will be there as well once I get items in it, which I'm hoping to do next week. And I gotta fix the graphics on that a bit because there's a graphical error with it still that I just haven't gotten around to because I'm not planning on getting the store ready for a while. Let's see. Oh, I reduced the damage on those, by the way. They're a lot less evil now. Oh, I changed it so mods now have rarity chances, so you are a lot more likely now to get the white ones. Before, they all had the same chance. Now you're far more likely to get a white, the commons, or your uncommon. Oh, gold chest. I haven't seen one of those for a while. Those are pretty rare. I'm probably going to bump up the chest spawns. I'm trying to decide on what I want to do with the exit. I'm thinking I might make the exit spawn some loot near you, or near it. Maybe a chest of a random rarity with a higher chance of it being silver. And there's going to be boss chests that I'm adding. Oh, you can get to the boss 10. You can get to the boss now. You can't actually win the boss because I haven't made a win condition yet. I updated the laser code, so it's a lot cooler. I'll see if I can get a screenshot in here in a minute. So now the laser looks a lot better. Now the art is still temporary, but it's mostly the behavior. The way it draws itself now makes it a lot easier to add details. Before it was just a line. See, it didn't crash. Yay. So that will be helpful. Yeah, see, I'm getting a lot more mods. Let's see. Anyways, so yeah, we have a big first impression problem, I think is what I was talking about before I got distracted. So, it's not, yeah, I was talking about what the plans were for laying that out. So this week, I'm hoping we can start on the art for that. We'll get the main character in, we'll hopefully get a new tutorial in. I had a tutorial previously, but I got rid of it because it was bad and crashed the game and corrupted the save files, which was horrible. I'm not sure what I did there, so I'm going to be rebuilding that. I'm hoping to get that in this week. The big reason is to help new players get in. It's hard to play this game. It's not that we don't have a lot of graphical polish yet in most areas. I mean, we got a lot in the dungeon. You haven't seen the other areas yet. We have one other area that's ready, which is the mines. I've got the algorithm in. The reason I'm not using it yet, though, is because it's still has a few tiling errors. There's actually a few in this one. Occasionally you'll see like a corner that doesn't generate right. I'm working on figuring it out. It's a pain. But the auto tiler is set up now for that one mostly. It's pretty fun. I'm trying to work on the room generation as well. I'm going to make it so there's more, well, for this area, there'll be more rooms. The tunnels, I'm going to keep this one, because the first mine shafts, I want them to be less rooms and more like this. Ooh. But I am working on a new method to generate that will create bigger rooms. I'm updating enemy AI because right now a lot, well, for certain ones, specifically the hoppers are kind of dumb. They just go wherever. So I'm going to be working on getting those to feel like they're actually intelligent. So yeah, that's kind of the big things I'll be doing this month. So you look for those in the weekly builds. I think that's about it for the devlog. Yeah, so have a great day.